Okay, yeah. So welcome to MicroStrategy online training. Okay, and
Mhm.
as we're going to discuss today, like the subject matter is to understand the MicroStrategy Desktop 10 and the understanding of the following subject matters, like introduction to the data warehouse, business intelligence, type of business intelligence softwares. I mean the conventional softwares we use for doing BI dashboards, preparing BI dashboards, and then as we're focusing on MicroStrategy, we will see the more about MicroStrategy, the different products of the MicroStrategy, advantages of MicroStrategy on top of other BI tool, and MicroStrategy architecture. Okay.
Okay.
So before to go to the BI tool, MicroStrategy or business intelligence, we will like to know that where the business intelligence term is originated, okay, and where the business intelligence professional actually works, which is the area of their activity. Okay, so
Okay.
this is a big domain, and the domain is a data warehouse. Okay, data warehousing and business intelligence. So if you see, if you try to understand what is the data warehouse is all about, here is the
Okay.
architecture and workflow of data warehouse. Now let me tell you what is the data warehouse is. As the name is somewhat self-explanatory, warehouse. What is a warehouse? Warehouse is a big storage, right? Is a huge storage
Okay.
of anything. So as you're talking about data warehouse, it's a huge storage of data. Okay.
Okay.
So ultimately the data warehouse is built to make the analytics professionals activity easy. Now as we are the analytics professional, as we going to develop a BI dashboard in MicroStrategy, we would like to see that where is our role. Okay, in this area, in this entire architecture, where is our key
Role.
role? Yeah. So here is the analytics part where we have to play our role. A BI professional has to play his role as doing a analytics and visualization. Okay, so let us understand
Okay.
thoroughly about this entire architecture. When you go for preparing a data warehouse, when we are talking about data warehouse is a single database which is capable enough to store huge volume of data in a you know mm, uh, in a single platform or in a high configuration machine, which can be a data warehouse server to cater the service to other BI professionals. So this can be a data warehouse server where the data from various different systems would come clubbed together and stored here. I'm going a
Okay.
little slowly, so try to understand. Say you are running a big organization, say it's a hospital, okay, or say in
Okay.
a
Okay.
insurance company. I'm talking about insurance company, which is a healthcare insurance company. Now, in the insurance company, there can be many different departments. The departments are like HR, payroll, and billing, some agents, and some other any other department can be there. So many departments and many professionals would have been accessed their different systems. Some agents
Mhm.
would be following some different manual approach, like they would be storing the data in Excel. Some data, say ERP, would be processed through SAP system. Some data, HR, payroll, is say it is processed through your PeopleSoft, and your core business also would have some different you know applications. Okay,
Application.
now you are the entrepreneur and you are the owner of that insurance company, and you have a board of directors as well. They need to see the data on a single window, on a single desktop, that what is the ramp up and ramp down of their business, what is the profitable segments of their business, what is the loss segment of their business, what are the key factors, what are the trend line of their business. So various factors to analyze the business in different ways. Okay, so businessman should analyze their business in different ways. So they should not see the different softwares or different data of different softwares separately. They would need a dashboard or a single window report where the data of all the various systems would club together and shown in a single window.
Single one.
Yeah, single window. For that only, we are creating a data warehouse, which is an integrated database. It's an integration of various different data base applications, and the data from various databases are fetched here in this part particularly through a ETL tool. The ETL tool are like conventional ETL tool are like SSIS, you know Microsoft SQL Server Integration Services, Talent, Informatica. There are many SSIS, there are many data integration tools. Okay, so through that
Okay.
they used to fetch the data from different systems, create a offline data source storage called staging, where the data of various systems would become here and store for further processing. That is called staging. Okay,
Staging.
yeah. So staging is the physical location of your data warehouse server where the raw data from various servers would be come and store here. And then on
Okay.
top of the raw data, you need to process the transformations. So transformations are like you need to remove the data redundancy of the tables. You need to join the tables from the different systems. Say your data, all these databases are having a common key field called company code. Okay, so
Okay.
the data can be joined together through company code or through a product ID. So every information can be joined together through a product ID or any other key attributes. So after they get joined, okay, there can be any loopholes which can be removed. So all these transformations, all this modification activities done in the data integration server. Okay, it can be a separate server, or it can be in the same server on your data warehouse. Usually in practical scenario, data integration server is a separate server. Okay, where
Okay.
where a staging can be a database and data warehouse is another database. Okay, staging is a database of storage of all the different data from a different system in raw format. Okay,
Okay.
that means as it is there in the database, and in the data warehouse they are reformed to a very clean and representable format.
Okay.
Okay, so data warehouse is a
Okay.
very clean and clear database where data of various systems of your company could be joined together and stored here in a same location. Now, this would be easy for a analytics professional to directly fetch the data and prepare the report.
Yeah.
If data warehouse would not be there, then what would have happened? Like,
So they had to take from every server, and then they had to report. They had
perfect.
to prepare the
Yeah,
report. Yeah.
perfect. In that case, your data, integration has to be performed by the analytics professional. There can be a lot of activity. There can be hell lot of activities. So, which a data warehouse professional already done here. So,
Yeah.
this is done by another professional called data warehouse professionals, and analytics professional are the BI developers. Okay, which we are going to focus on these sessions. Okay,
Okay.
so in this data we will perform various kind of analytics like your dashboard, scores card and all. I'll show you in the next slide. So whatever you will generate, you'd be these reports will be target to the marketing professional, to the consumers, to the agents or higher managements. Okay, so that they
Okay.
can see this dashboards or report and take their decisions in the organizations.
Okay.
Okay, now coming to BI. Okay, so as we had to work on that part,
Hello.
analytics part. Yeah, am I audible? Hello.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah. While you're changing next slide, voice is not audible.
Okay, okay. So now the can you see my next screen?
Yeah, BI.
Okay, yeah. So business intelligence, what these terms comes from and what is the overall activity of the business intelligence? Business intelligence means preparing a report or informations, anything, a dashboard or report or alert or anything which can be mean for a business peoples, okay, or the higher managements. So looking into that, they should be able to take better decision in their organizations. Okay. So business
Okay.
intelligence is not like dashboard only. Okay. Business intelligence can be a report normally. It can be a dashboard. It can be a SMS. It can be a mail. Anything. Okay. Any
Okay.
informations which would give you an idea or evidence to take a decision on top of that. That's what the business intelligence is. Okay.
Okay.
So in order to pursue business intelligence, what are the tools we have been using or what type of business intelligence we have? Let's see. Yeah. So business
Okay.
intelligence can be a dashboard or scorecard as you are seeing the first section. It can be an enterprise report, maybe an Excel report, maybe a PDF. Okay. It can be OLAP analysis or visual
Hello.
analysis. Yeah.
Your voice is breaking while you're changing the slide.
Okay. Now is it okay?
Yeah, it is fine.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to go a little slow. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. So it's depending on the data transfer on the network. Okay. So
Yeah.
visual and OLAP analysis. Now the question might come, what is OLAP? You know OLAP? You know what is?
No, actually.
Okay. Let me tell you OLAP. OLAP. That is called. You can write it down also. Online
Okay.
analytical processing.
Okay.
Okay. So as I told, like business intelligence can be on of different types. So it is dashboards, it is reports, or these are analysis and OLAPs. OLAPs, OLAP is a database that is called online analytical processing kind of database. These database are called dimensional database, or database format is a dimensional database format. Okay, so
Okay.
OLAP is basically used for better analytics. So the pre-stage of your analytics is called OLAP. On top of the online analytical processing, you can process, you can go for visualizations.
Come again.
Yeah, if I will tell a database formats, normally a data is there in a transaction system, say in SAP, okay, or say in
Okay.
PeopleSoft. These are transaction systems where the data is getting entered, right, every day by a user. So in that case, their database format would be OLTP. You can write it down. Their database format is OLTP. That is
Okay.
online transaction processing. Okay. So that means those databases are transactional databases where
Okay.
the data can be entered. Okay. And the data warehouse database is a database where the data does not get entered. We just integrate the data from the different transaction servers, transaction databases, and through ETL tool we just push the data to data warehouse database. That database format would be in OLAP,
Okay.
that is online analytical processing. So their
Okay.
database format would be little different. If you'd be there in a data warehouse training dedicatedly, you can be better knowing all these facts, OLTP and OLAP. Okay, but just give you
Okay.
a heads up that what the OLAP is. Database formats, database are in different forms. And your transaction database where your application is directly accessing your data or entering the data, that database format would be in OLTP, online
And
transaction processing, OLTP.
transaction process.
Okay,
Okay.
transaction processing. And another database which is a data warehouse is its database format is in analytics processing, for analytics processing. Okay,
Okay.
online analytical processing. So in data
Okay.
warehouse database, we does not ever enter the data
Okay.
because its table and column format would be completely different.
Okay.
So the data would be clubbed together, as I showed in the last slide. Data would be clubbed together, and through ETL tool, the data would be entered to the OLAP database. That database is a data warehouse database.
Okay.
Okay, data warehouse is itself is a database, nothing else. Okay, it is just a
Okay.
database. It's an integrated database. That database format is OLAP format.
Okay.
Now, data mining and predictive analytics. So data mining is just to give you analytics, your querying platform to mining professionals. Those can select the data. Those can query your data from your database systems easily. Data mining. That is what we call the data mining. And predictive analytics is something which you can predict for a future data. This is the icon of predictive analysis. Say you have a data of 5 years down, 5 years. Okay, past 5 years data. Now, from the past 5 years data, you can have a predictive analytics or you can have an estimated analysis of say 2 years down the line. That
Okay.
in next 2 years, what would be your business growth? What would be your business downfall? So that can be predicted through this analysis. Is called predictive analysis.
Okay.
Okay, say you are doing a few
Okay.
for weather forecast, you are doing uh, sensex forecast and all. So these are called predictive analytics, because looking into the past experience, that prediction is taken place by these analytics tools.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now clear about data mining.
Yeah.
Data mining is just a querying platform. Okay, data querying platform which can be provided to mining professionals, say consultancy peoples, say your agents, those from where they can retrieve or search records from the different platform to be to be taken forward for their business activities.
Okay.
And last is mobile application and alerts. So a dashboard can be a mobile apps. Okay, your BI can be a mobile app, or it can be alerts like you're getting threshold alerts from SMS, from mails. So this can be called as a business intelligence as well. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about dashboards and scorecards and
Scorecards.
enterprise reports? Yeah.
Dashboards are just a single window where you should have a different kind of heterogeneous kind of objects. Say you should have a report, you should have a Google map, you would have you would have a bar chart, you would have a pie chart, you'd have a button to zoom, you'd have a filter to slice and dice. Okay, you'd have a filter to put your parameter and filter your data. So that what is called a dashboard. Just for an example,
Okay.
it is a seamless collection of different objects. In your car, you should have a accelerator, brake, and clutch and all, and odometer, steering, gears, and all everything. Different type of controls clubbed together form a dashboard. So anything
Okay.
which is a seamless collections of objects is called a dashboard. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So these are all various type of BI. If interviewer will ask you, then you can better elaborate in this way.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, coming to the business intelligence softwares. Different business intelligence softwares available in the market as listed on the screen.
Okay.
You can see my screen, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I can see.
yeah. And on top of that, MicroStrategy is also one of the best and one of the visualization giant in the market, because because of its key features I'm going to show you in the next slides. So we have also other better and visualization tools like ClickView, Tableau, Cognos, SSAS, and your SAP BO. Okay, so they
Okay.
different BI tools have their different merits and demerits, MicroStrategy is also, it's, I cannot say MicroStrategy is going to overcome them, but it's also found to be a very good and very demanding tool in the market. Okay,
Okay.
so let us see what are the key points, key features of MicroStrategy, which overcome, or which also found unique as compared to other tools. Okay, and what is the MicroStrategy is all about? If you talk the MicroStrategy, what is this? MicroStrategy is a powerful analytics tool which organization can use for a better and representation of the data in a better and beautiful manner. So it is a company founded in 1989. The company name is MicroStrategy Inc. It's an American company. Okay.
Okay.
MicroStrategy software enables analyze and vast amount of data, processing, and it is also faster in performance. So let's think like why MicroStrategy, why not
Hello.
like, yeah,
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 your
can you,
voice is breaking while you're changing the.
okay, I think it would be good now because when the visualization and the voice is going through internet, it might be little slow. Okay, now uh, why MicroStrategy? Why not Cognos? Why not SAP BI, other tools? So let us see the key features of MicroStrategy. Okay,
Okay.
okay. You can see my screen, right? The next screen, my MicroStrategy.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Uh, so these are the key features of MicroStrategy. It makes it special. Any data source. MicroStrategy supports almost all the data sources in the world, starting from a flat file. Say, how many flat files do you know? Can you tell me?
What
How
is
many
the meaning of flat?
flat file databases? Say, whatever the data you can copy and paste anywhere, you can direct direct a store offline in your pen drive or anywhere else. That can be a flat file. Okay. Say for
Okay.
example, Excel, CSV, XML, text text file, a notepad file. Okay, these are all the flat
Okay.
file data sources. Okay, this can be
Okay.
also
Okay.
act as a database, right? Data
Yes.
sources. So Excel can also store huge volume of data, and they are, why it is called flat file, why it is not called a server, because you can simply migrate this database to anywhere else. These are the offline data
Okay.
sources. Okay,
Okay.
and data RDBMS, or relational database management systems, or database servers. So starting from SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, IBM DB2, HP Vertica, PostgreSQL, and any other database, all database supported by MicroStrategy. So you can simply fetch the data from these databases to MicroStrategy and perform your visualization.
Okay.
And also we have different cloud databases like Salesforce, SAP HANA, Google BigQuery and all. So these are also supported by MicroStrategy. So
Supported in the sense.
supported means from MicroStrategy you can connect to this data source. You have the privilege to connect to that data source and make their data query to MicroStrategy, and you can represent a report.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all you have to do in these
Okay.
lessons is, in MicroStrategy you have to just select the data from the data source, build the report and represent overall in a single sentence. If you want to say that what we do in the MicroStrategy, we will fetch the data from database, we will transform the data a little bit, and we will represent the data. That's it. We will not enter the data to database, we will, or will not do any transactions.
Okay.
Okay, so and also access to BI any time, anywhere. So MicroStrategy is also has a different phases to uh, be accessed by clients. While you're developing a dashboard in MicroStrategy Desktop, you can also share your dashboard to anyone else to see your dashboard in your Windows version, right? MicroStrategy Desktop is a
Yeah.
window based software, so you can also share your dashboard one way. Second way, you can simply deploy your MicroStrategy dashboard, which is a window based format, to a MicroStrategy server, enterprise server, where it
Okay.
will generate a link and directly you can access it through web browser across the world. You can simply
Okay.
deploy your MicroStrategy to a server and it can be accessed by n number of users around the world. Okay.
Okay.
And also you can develop a dashboard for a mobile app with the compatibility of mobile app. It can be easily viewable by MicroStrategy Mobile. It's a small app in iOS. You can download it called MicroStrategy app,
Okay.
and through that you
Okay.
can browse your MicroStrategy dashboard very efficiently through iPhone, iPad, and your Android phones also.
Okay.
In memory relap, that means MicroStrategy has its front end database buffer. That is what we call a in memory.
Sorry.
I have a database, say, which is just remotely located, right? I have a MicroStrategy server in my laptop. Okay,
Okay.
MicroStrategy has its own internal memory, or we can say just a buffer in the MicroStrategy desktop itself.
Okay.
Okay, so when you load the data from SQL server, which is in a remote server,
Okay.
you can load the data and you can store the data in MicroStrategy itself. MicroStrategy will store those huge amount of data in its in memory concept.
Okay.
These are all logical. Okay, you cannot see and you cannot change this data. So these are all called in memory, where where it will be created a offline data source kind of thing. When you when you perform any analytics, until you reload your MicroStrategy inline memory in memory, it will fetch the data from that in memory only, not from database.
Not from data warehouse, right?
Yeah, say I have a I'm just giving you an example.
Okay.
I have a database here. I have
Okay.
MicroStrategy desktop. Okay.
Okay.
Now the data can be pulled every time from this server to this server. It can be in UK and this can be in US. Okay. So this data are
Okay.
very huge, and when you load the data, but and this is in your company network. When you load the data will be pulled from the database to MicroStrategy desktop, and there it can be you have a different type of data loading process. One is called uh, live. Okay, another is called offline data source. Okay, so if it
Okay.
is offline, it will store your data in the MicroStrategy offline mode. Okay,
Okay.
so when you do any analytics, any change in the report, it will not interact with the server every time. Rather, it will retrieve the data from that offline data source called in memory. Okay,
Okay.
so as a
Okay.
result, your performance would be too faster.
Okay.
Now metadata architecture yeah, so MicroStrategy also has its metadata. Means what? It's a data about a data. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so it has also inbuilt architecture which you know provides many informations about the MicroStrategy platform itself. So that's what we call the metadata architecture, which can be easily reusable. Say you have a date, okay? You have a database field called a date format. So in MicroStrategy, from that date you can easily convert a date to month, a date to year, a date to quarter. Okay, so these functions, these reusable objects are stored in the MicroStrategy architecture itself in order to be reused by a developer.
Okay.
I think you're not pretty clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just about metadata is, it has its own architecture, which is having a set of pre-built codes and that can be reused by a programmer while you're doing a dashboard.
Okay.
Okay. So that's architecture.
Okay.
It's a huge amount of huge architecture it has in MicroStrategy. You can reuse those codes in your platform while you're doing a data, dashboards rather than doing a crash level development.
Okay.
You can perform enterprise grade or very high level grade dashboards where the visualization can be very beautiful and performance is also very robust. So these are the key features of MicroStrategy.
Okay.
Now coming to the MicroStrategy product portfolio. In a broad sense, MicroStrategy has three different products: MicroStrategy Desktop, Mobile and Web. So for development only, you can use these three platforms. In the training, you will be provided the
Okay.
thorough introduction to the MicroStrategy Desktop. Obviously, Mobile and Web has the same functionality, only the infrastructure is different. Okay.
Okay.
Web has the same. Obviously, the desktop has great deal of functionality, whereas mobile will get some little adjust little adjustment there, because in mobile definitely the development would not be so comfortable, but there is an option, there is an add-on. Uh, a professional can also see their dashboards from the mobile, say in iPad, and there can also they can also change the dashboard by slicing and dashing the properties of the dashboard.
Okay.
So there are three different products. MicroStrategy Desktop is a Windows version of software. Okay, you can simply has to install it in your desktop. You need at least 2 GB of RAM to install a MicroStrategy Desktop and 6 GB of hard drive space.
Okay.
Okay, and a Windows server is
Okay.
good, and Mac also. Linux is doesn't supported by MicroStrategy
Okay.
because MicroStrategy is developed by Microsoft. So it's developed in .NET itself, so it supports uh, Microsoft platform very well.
Okay.
So for installing MicroStrategy's desktop, you need to have .NET Framework 4.5 in your laptop.
Okay.
Okay, if at all it is not there at the time of installation of MicroStrategy, it will prompt you to download .NET 4.5. You can allow it and it will start downloading that software. Okay, so it
Okay.
needs a physical installation of your on your laptop. If 5 people are working, you need 5 MicroStrategy desktop licenses, whereas MicroStrategy mobile can be browsed from your server, and MicroStrategy web also can also be installed on a single machine, and where many concurrent users can access that MicroStrategy web browser environment and can work on their dashboards on a web browser. They
Okay.
does not need to install MicroStrategy desktop in their local machine.
Okay.
See, this is how the MicroStrategy desktop looks like. This is how the MicroStrategy mobile version is. This is how the MicroStrategy server facility looks like. MicroStrategy Wave. It's not a server, it's a development platform, but the
Hello.
platform is, yeah. Can you see my screen?
Before voice break.
Okay, okay, just a second.
Yeah. Yeah. MicroStrategy web.
Yeah, MicroStrategy Wave. So MicroStrategy Wave is also a development platform, but the platform is there in the web version. Okay, so you can simply browse it through
Okay.
Ajax-based browser, like your Mozilla would be better or Chrome would be also better. So for creating your MicroStrategy dashboard. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the three different development platforms. On the training, I'll be giving you a thorough hands-on on a MicroStrategy desktop. Okay.
Uh, okay.
Yeah. If you know the desktop, you can work on anything. The pattern is same, the functionality is same. Only the way of browsing the SDK or way of browsing your development.
SDK what?
SDK means software development kit. Okay. So
Okay.
SDK, yeah. So MicroStrategy Desktop is also SDK, Mobile is also SDK, and MicroStrategy
Web.
Web is also SDK.
Stop.
Okay. In a technical term, we can call it as a SDK, Development
Okay.
Kit. These
It.
three are all the software development kit.
Okay.
Now, as you can see, MicroStrategy has some key, visualizations effects which other tool rarely have or does not have. Say MicroStrategy has a pie chart which is very common, which is supported by other tools, but it's a network visualization which is a very beautiful chart. It's a call it as a network. Okay, network visualization. Say one doctor is treating many patients. Okay, you can see
Okay.
one doctor has a many network, and there can be many
Okay.
doctors. So many doctors can have many patients. So by looking into this network diagram, you can see one to many relationship from a doctor to patients, or patient to disease, or disease to medicine, something like this. Say
Okay.
one patient would have multiple disease. In that case, you can see the relations between patient and disease. One disease can have multiple medicines. Okay, so that visualization can be drawn through this network visualization diagram, graph very easily.
Okay.
It's a very normal reporting. It's called as a matrix or a table. Okay, here's the area chart that can be plotted differently, just like bubbles.
Okay.
This is called as a heat map, which is one of the most common chart available in all the other BI tool and MicroStrategy as well, which will show you different blocks with different colors or in the same color also, and based on the volume of the data, the density of the color will be keep on growing or keep on growing based on the volume of the data, and the block size will also be bigger and smaller based on the volume of the data.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, as we are talking about the dashboard, these are the how the dashboard looks like. Okay, here's the dashboard where we have a say insurance claim dashboard. I have filters 2004, 5 and so on. You can click one year, you will see the data will be changing in other charts. Here's the area chart, this is a line chart, this is the area chart, this is the
Okay.
line chart, these are all the
Okay.
gauge charts. So this all can be filtered by this changing of this dashboards. This is a map chart. So very beautiful effect can be drawn through MicroStrategy dashboards.
Okay.
These are all the listed databases in the world, and the most common and popular databases. We are very new to the market. MongoDB, uh, Cloudera, Hortonworks, Teradata, all those are the very popular databases, which also supported by MicroStrategy. Okay, MicroStrategy can easily fetch the data from these data sources and prepare the reports. Okay, and if at all you want to see the
Okay.
all the list of data sources MicroStrategy does support, you can also click on this link and go through the browser and see the platform supported by MicroStrategy. Okay,
Okay.
I'll share this
Okay.
presentation to you. You can go through it. Okay, also
Okay.
it would be a kind of your material for you. Now this is how the MicroStrategy architecture looks like. Okay, this is how the MicroStrategy
Hello.
architecture. Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, this is the MicroStrategy
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear.
architecture. So architecture means it has some different kind of products. Here is the development platform. In the left side, you can see this is the
Okay.
development and administration platform in the MicroStrategy.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hel- Your voice is breaking.
Okay, just a second. Yeah, is it audible?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Okay. So on the left side, here you can see in the my mouse cursor, these all are the different MicroStrategy products. Okay, MicroStrategy
Okay.
Desktop, MicroStrategy Architect, MicroStrategy Integrity Manager, Object Manager, MicroStrategy SDK. What is SDK?
Software development kit.
Perfect. Okay, great. So these are all the different MicroStrategy products. Of course, it need a huge cost and licenses to obtain all these different softwares. As I told you, would be working
Okay.
on a development platform on MicroStrategy Desktop only. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So as you're developing the dashboard here, after the development is complete, in through the development, after development is complete, you need to deploy this to a MicroStrategy intelligence server. You
Okay.
can see this portion is a server. Okay. So I have the various units in the server, but let me tell you, this is the server. You need to deploy it in the server. Okay. So in the server, there are various units: MicroStrategy reporting services, OLAP services, transaction services, and distribution services. These all will have a different functionality. I'll tell you what is this functionality in the next slide. So
Okay.
MicroStrategy cluster option and multi-source options. So these are the various executable unit are part of the MicroStrategy server, which
Okay.
process this data, a relational database, data warehouse. These are the other data source like Excel and flat files. These are other databases like SAP, BW and all. So various data sources are there, are clubbed together and processed through the MicroStrategy this executable units, and can be catered the service to the user in form of various various model like MicroStrategy Wave, MicroStrategy Mobile and MicroStrategy Web Services.
The web services.
Okay.
Okay.
So now tell me, what is MicroStrategy Wave? When you deploy your MicroStrategy application, uh, you know intelligence server through MicroStrategy Wave, you can simply access your MicroStrategy server, okay, and can develop a dashboard there. You can also change the dashboard there. So it would be
Okay.
web browser based, it will be portal based, it will be services based. MicroStrategy Mobile also will access to MicroStrategy Intelligence Server,
Okay.
but desktop is completely offline. Okay, when you are developing, it would be in this information would be with you only offline. MicroStrategy Mobile and Web would be a share application which can be done by multiple user simultaneously.
Okay.
So MicroStrategy Mobile will be accessible through any mobile devices, and also MicroStrategy dashboard can be integrated with any third-party web services, just like any .NET website or any other APIs. It can be also integrated with the MicroStrategy web services.
Okay.
And these are all the different other BI formats like email, file server, printers. This service MicroStrategy Net narrowcast server will browse this server services and can provide these informations. Emails.
What is narrowcast server?
This is also a product of a MicroStrategy. Okay, where it would just kind of it would be just a kind of your uh, job based activity. It will create a kind of scheduling where it will schedule at a particular specific time, say in the morning time, and it will send the emails to block bulk amount of users. It will send the
Okay.
prints to server. It will send the
Okay.
files to n number of users. So
Okay.
this server activities uh, used for this. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
to propagate the information to group of users. So this is what the arena of the MicroStrategy. Now let us understand what are the individual part of the server.
Okay.
MicroStrategy Mobile, MicroStrategy Intelligence Server, Reporting Services, Transaction Services. These are all mobile applications with transaction write back capability. These are all
Okay.
and intelligence server, wave distribution services, reporting services, OLAP services. These are also used for reports, scores card, dashboards, and OLAP analysis.
And let.
Okay.
Okay.
So as these are the very basic theoretical part, you can just read and better have the understanding on this. Okay. Distribution
Okay.
services, intelligence server, reporting service, OLAP services. These are all. This is for the batch reporting. Batch reporting means here distribution services. Okay, it is connected with this
Okay.
narrowcast. Now in the morning, so you'd be getting n number of mails to say 100 users, n number of SMS,
Okay.
okay, to say 1000 users. So that batch processing would be done by a distribution services.
Okay.
You have to fix the time. At this particular time the server will execute that distribution service. It will get the data from your server and replicate it, broadcast it. Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
application development platform is your architect, desktop, web, and intelligence server. These are all your development platforms.
Okay.
Administration platform are MicroStrategy Integrity Manager, MicroStrategy Object Manager, and these are all the administration platforms.
So what is the integrity manager and object manager?
These these are the administration portals actually. Okay, say you have a SQL server.
Okay.
Say for SQL Server is just a service. Okay, to manage the SQL
Okay.
Server, you need to install SQL Server Management Studio.
Okay.
Okay, Studio Manager. So this is just a kind of administration of the SQL Server database. So just like that, in order to administrate, a MicroStrategy server, you need these are the services or these are the softwares. Any of the server software you can use to administrate your MicroStrategy server platform.
Okay.
And these the listed things are your the definitions of your MicroStrategy Desktop, Architect, SDK. As I told, MicroStrategy Desktop, Architect, and SDK. These three are the development platforms. You will be working on desktop itself. Object Manager, Enterprise Manager. These are all the administration platform. They have some different utilizations listed on on these definitions. Enterprise Manager, it's enable analysis of resource utilization, project performance, user statistics, and trend to facilitate performance tuning and resource planning. So these are all very advanced level administration activities or administration softwares, which individually needs huge cost to obtain this license. Okay, so being a
Okay.
MicroStrategy consultant, you'd be posted as a developer, so most of the activity will be done through the MicroStrategy developer itself. Okay,
Okay.
developer packages are like MicroStrategy Desktop or Architect or SDK.
STK.
Yeah. So that's from the presentation side today, and I'll just give you a very quick look on the MicroStrategy Desktop.
Hello. Your voice is breaking.
Yeah, just I think it would be good now.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
Okay. Now I have a MicroStrategy Desktop here. Okay. You can also download a MicroStrategy Desktop edition, which is a 30 days trial. For a training, you can better use it. Okay. And when you get the license, you can also
Your voice is breaking. Hello.
yeah. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it is fine.
Okay. So I have a MicroStrategy desktop with me on my screen. Okay, these are the
Okay.
live dashboards. These are some of the dashboards which I've created for the training purpose, just to give you an idea that how the dashboard looks like.
Okay.
Can you see my screen, which is the next screen?
Yeah, pie chart.
Yeah, it's a pie chart. It is a bubble chart. It is called a scatter chart now. Okay, bubble chart is something like if you
Hello.
have a bubbles. Yeah. Hello.
Your voice is not audible. Yeah, it is breaking, continuous
Okay.
breaking.
Just I'm about to conclude the session, so please cooperate, and tomorrow I'll have alternative. Okay, tomorrow morning
Okay.
I'll bring some
Okay.
alternative. I'll change the network. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the type of various KPIs you can form very easily through MicroStrategy. These are
Okay.
how the dashboards looks like. You can see it in the presentation mode. I have a huge volume of data with me. Okay, they have been processed through MicroStrategy Desktop. How faster the performance of these dashboards is.
Okay.
Okay, so this was just to give you an idea about how the MicroStrategy platform is, and tomorrow morning we will start from installing MicroStrategy Desktop, and we will start creating a dashboard. Okay, so start from the practicals.
Okay. Okay.
Today
I
we will,
think a network problem is there.
yeah, I'll
Like
send you the
your voice
recording.
is breaking.
Uh, I'll send you the recording. In the recording, you'll find better voice quality. And tomorrow, I will change my network. Okay, so that you can get a
Okay.
better visibility. Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I hope you would have liked the session. Okay, meet you
Yeah.
tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, my morning time, Indian time,